William Strauss, The Fourth Turning, An American Prophecy. What the cycles of history tell us about America's next rendezvous with destiny. In The Fourth Turning, An American Prophecy, William Strauss presents a compelling analysis of historical cycles and their implications for America's future. By examining patterns of human behavior and interaction with time, Strauss identifies three distinct theories of time: chaotic, cyclical, and linear. At the heart of this book is the Saecular Cycle, a pattern of 100 years comprising 4 turnings, each lasting around 20 years. These turnings represent different historical seasons, shaping the distinct characteristics of each generation in our society. This book summary provides an in-depth understanding of not only the turnings and their consequences, but also proposes guidelines on how to be better prepared and have a meaningful impact on history.
Understanding the 3 theories of time and America's secular cycle. Humans have developed 3 distinct ways of thinking about time, namely chaotic time, cyclical time, and linear time. Chaotic time was dominant during primitive days, whereas cyclical time became prevalent during the classical period. The Western monotheistic religions brought about the 3rd theory of time, linear time, and it enabled humanity to free itself from fate. However, it cuts people off from natural cycles, and their relationship with something greater than themselves. America follows the secular cycle like other Western societies, which is a temporal sequence of about 100 years containing patterns that repeat every 20 years. The Saeculum contains 4 turnings of growth, maturation, entropy, and decay. The Saeculum Cycle. The Saeculum Cycle is a pattern that repeats itself in American history. It consists of 4 turnings that follow one another in the same order every time they occur. The 4 turnings are the high, the awakening, the unraveling, and the crisis. Each turning is akin to a season in nature, with the high representing spring, the awakening representing summer, the unraveling representing autumn, and the crisis representing winter. The high is a time of harmony, stability, and prosperity, but also conformity and a lack of personal fulfillment. The awakening is a period of cultural and spiritual renewal, individualism, and upheaval, but also violence and chaos. The unraveling is a time of cynicism, polarization, and short-term thinking, but also niche social groups and personal validation. The crisis is a time of societal and institutional breakdown, despair, and national emergency, but also a renewal of trust and return to community-mindedness. The authors predict that as the current unraveling progresses, a spark will ignite a chain reaction leading to the crisis, and that the crisis will eventually give way to a new high. The impact of historical seasons on personality. The book explores the concept of how the season in which a person grows up impacts their personality and provides an in-depth analysis of how history shapes generations. The author identifies 4 distinct archetypes that characterize every generation in Western society since 15th century England, namely heroes, prophets, nomads, and artists. The book emphasizes that each archetype has its own distinct qualities and behaviors that have been shaped by historical events. Furthermore, the book highlights that these archetypes influence the unfolding of turnings, the societal patterns that emerge every 20 years, and how each generation inevitably transforms its society. The author makes a compelling case for understanding the role of history in shaping our personalities and provides a fascinating analysis of how each archetype has left its mark on Western society over the past 500 years. Weathering the turnings. The secular winter, or the crisis, is inevitable, but that does not mean we cannot prepare for it. We must recognize when to sow and when to reap by participating in seasonal activities while avoiding unseasonal ones. For instance, during an unraveling, before a crisis, building alliances with people from different perspectives, urging teamwork, and self-sacrifice within local communities, while avoiding polarization, is crucial. Instead of fostering national spirit, building civic communities, and fighting local dysfunction should be emphasized. On a personal level, diversification and broadening skill sets can help during crises. By understanding seasonal patterns and acting accordingly, we can influence history and steer it in the right direction.
William Strauss, The Fourth Turning, offers a fascinating look into the cyclical nature of history, demonstrating how human behavior interacts with and influences our understanding of time. By identifying patterns in generational behavior and the impact of historical seasons, this book sheds light on the opportunities available for individuals and society to prepare for, embrace, and learn from each turning. Ultimately, the message is clear: while our history might be subject to patterns, there is a degree of agency and control we can exert over our future. By understanding the importance of cultural unity, forging alliances, and cultivating diverse skill sets, it's possible to change the course of history, learn from the past, and foster a brighter future for all.